Yes! Come on! Chelsea Football Club have won the Conference League. Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel for 6 things that we learn from Chelsea 4, Real Betis 1. Chelsea have won the Conference League, and honestly, that game was absolutely brilliant. The way that we played in the first half was awful. The second half, the response from this Chelsea team was absolutely superb. And look, people will say, right, we've got these two £100 million midfielders. Well, they both scored tonight in a final, didn't they? Chelsea turned it on, Chelsea showed up, and we have won. If you are not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, it's a bloody fly on me. Big fly, go away, get out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and smack the like button on this video. Honestly, the happiness I feel inside of me right now is electric. I feel so good that we finished in the Champions League at the end of the Premier League season. And tonight, the way that we've won this final, I genuinely don't think we could have won it in a better way. We had goals from Enzo Fernandez scoring a header. Chelsea's £100 million man. Nicholas Jackson scored with his chest. I thought he scored with his head. I genuinely thought I was seeing things, but he didn't. He scored with his chest. We had Jadon Sancho on the game where he doesn't even start, and we don't know if we're going to buy him. We should buy him after that, I tell you. What a finish from Sancho. And then Maresca Caicedo with the cherry on top, the icing on the cake, the flipping chocolate sauce on the lava cake, whatever you want to call it. It's unbelievable. Chelsea tonight were absolutely magnificent in the second half. And let me tell you this as well. Cole Palmer was the reason why we won this game. Because in that second half, Cole Palmer remembered that he is him. Cole Palmer with 2 sumptuous, delectable assists. And look, the first half display from Chelsea wasn't impressive. We were poor. We were second best to everything. We were second to every ball. Real Betis, the midfield, they were pressing us incredibly high. And there were times for the first sort of 60 minutes of this game where I looked at Chelsea and I thought, have Betis got like 16 players out there? Because they're beating us to everything. Every time we had possession, they were swarming Chelsea, suffocating us. And they took the lead in the 9th minute of the game with Ezal Zuli with a goal. And look, people have belittled this competition. I personally have watched some of these games in the competition this year and been like, what are we doing here? What are we playing at? Why are we playing in this flipping competition? But tonight, it was a proper final. And as much as in the second half, people will be like, oh, well, Betis couldn't handle it. They ran out of steam. Well, yeah, but Chelsea forced that. That second half performance tonight from Chelsea was absolutely brilliant. Malo Gusto started at right back. Bad decision. Gusto has a bad game. He gets taken off for Reece James at half time. Reece James comes on, and within 2 minutes of the start of the second half, Reece James has already put in a delightful cross. This fly, I'm telling you, there's something rogue about him. I think he's a CIA agent or something. I don't know what he's doing. I live on the 20th flipping floor of an apartment block. What's he doing here? But anyway, James comes on, crosses the ball in, and that was the taster. That was the teaser. Because the problem in the first half is that Malo Gusto isn't comfortable playing that inverted role. Reece James absolutely is. Reece comes on, and the whole dynamic of the match changes. And Enzo Fernandez scores in the 65th minute after an absolutely gorgeous delivery from Cole Palmer, and it is 1-1. Chelsea are back in it. Enzo with the header, nods it down. Adrian gets a hand to it. Should have done better, but we'll whisper that into the microphone because he didn't do well, did he? And it's 1-1. 5 minutes after that, Cole Palmer again. He spins the Betis left back and he puts in the perfect cross to a well-timed Nicholas Jackson run, right-footed ball from Palmer, and it hits Nicholas Jackson on the tip, mate. It hits him on the chest and it goes in the back of the net. I thought it was a header, but of course it wasn't a header. And it goes in regardless. And then this moment, Jadon Sancho's goal, after that, I think you sign him. I think you can see how much it means to him. He takes his shirt off. He's celebrating. It's a beautiful finish. And from that point on, Chelsea are winning the trophy. And then to put the icing on the top of the cake is Maresca Caicedo at the end. Absolutely superb. Chelsea tonight, the way that we flipped this game in the second half is a coming-of-age moment for this young team. It was amazing. And whether we'd have won this final after going 1-0 down, if we'd have won it 2-1, 3-2, 4-3, whatever, but to win it 4-1, this means a lot. Going into that Club World Cup now, we've just got the Champions League locked in. We have won this trophy. This is the time that we can get excited again, Chelsea fans. Yes, we've got to go and make the right signings now, but I don't want to talk about that in this video because this is all about those players that have just won their first trophies at Chelsea. This is the first trophy of the Clear Lake era. Congratulations to everybody tonight. Absolutely superb. So, without any further ado, let's get the overlay graphic on. Smack that like button right now and subscribe if you're new. Here we go. 6 things we learned. Box number 1, Cole Palmer. Because this guy absolutely changed the game for Chelsea in that second half. 2 assists. He was everywhere in the second half. He was absolutely brilliant. The first one is such a peach of a cross. And when you've got world-class players, right? Like, if we take a quick look here at the Real Betis team, Isco, who's won 3 Champions Leagues with Real Madrid, he was so good in that first half. He was running the game. But then his opposing number 10, Cole Palmer, has decided that he wants to be the star of this show because Isco's been there and done it already countless times in his career. And then it did become the Cole Palmer show. The first one, brilliant cross to Enzo Fernandez. The second one is an incredible spin to turn the Betis left back, and then the cross for Nicholas Jackson, perfectly timed, perfectly weighted, and Jackson basically couldn't miss. Cole Palmer tonight has shown that in the big games, he absolutely knows how to turn it on, and he's done it for Chelsea in a cup final. He did it for England in a European final. Can people put some respect on our number 10's name? Cole Palmer tonight has turned this on its head for Chelsea. Absolutely stunning. And he is the man of the match, in my opinion. Box number 2 of this 6 things we learnt video, Enzo Fernandez, who in the first half, I'm like, he looks a bit slow, doesn't look up to speed. To score that equalising goal with his head, he's not exactly the tallest player, Enzo Fernandez, but he's got in the right position and he's done everything correct with that header. As much as I said maybe Adrian could have done better, should have done better, he's hit the ball low into the ground. Adrian gets a hand to it, but it goes in the back of the net. And from that point on as well, from Enzo Fernandez, the assist for Caicedo at the end shouldn't go unnoticed as well, because it was absolutely brilliant. A fantastic run from Chelsea's number 8, and he gifts it to his midfield pairing. And look, there's been a lot of scrutiny here at Chelsea for how we've spent the money. And I think it is beautiful that the £200 million midfield, right, have completed the route here for Chelsea in the second half. I think we should absolutely revel in the nature of this win, in the nature of this performance. It is superb. Chelsea, brilliant. Box number 3 is a green for Moises Caicedo, who again was just everywhere out there tonight. He covers so much ground out there on the pitch. And the finish, we know that he doesn't score very often, but when he does, it's quite usually that brilliant drilled finish with like the laces of his boots into the bottom corner of the net. I'm absolutely over the moon with this, you know. And Caicedo has put the icing on the cake tonight for Chelsea. 4-1 against a really good Betis team. People, I was watching this thinking, bloody hell, we're just not at this level. Like, we're not at Betis' level. For 60 minutes, we weren't. Well, I'd say probably for the majority of the first half, we definitely weren't. And then at the start of the second half, we turned it on a bit. But then, soon as that goal went in, Chelsea just started to find gear after gear after gear. Moises Caicedo, absolutely brilliant. What a season he's had. And for the player of the season to score the final goal in what is a rout for Chelsea, absolutely brilliant. Box number 4, Nicholas Jackson, okay? It's one of those nights for Jackson where, other than the goal, I'd say that he was pretty poor. But I'm not going to dig him out because you've seen the news before kickoff. Chelsea are closing in on Liam Delap. So this was an important game tonight for Nicholas Jackson to score. I think he got injured potentially at the end, and he has that chance, which should have made it at the time 3 or 4-1. And he's through on goal. He's just scored a goal, so you're like, well, he's going to be confident now, isn't he? And then the heavy touch it's abysmal. I'm not going to lie to you. But look, tonight isn't about digging players out for individual errors. It's not about focusing on the bad moments. It's about focusing on the good ones. And Nicholas Jackson's goal, he times his run perfectly. We can't say that every day, can we? And then the finish, Don't think he knows much about it. He's going for the header. Comes off of his chest. Listen, mate, if you can score every goal that comes towards your head with your chest, excellent. But you do need to work on your heading, sunshine. Box number 5, Jadon Sancho. This is potentially a career-defining goal for Jadon Sancho. And I mean that. There's no exaggeration there because, look, you send him back to Manchester United, he's going to have to find another club. He's got big wages at Man United. They're not going to keep him. They're going to want to sell him. And he clearly enjoys his time here at Chelsea. Jadon Sancho might not have set the world on fire all season. And there is very much a bit of recency with what I'm saying. But I think you cannot put a price on a player that wants to be a Chelsea player. And that goal that we've seen there to win this final for Chelsea, to make it 3-1, Jadon Sancho, he was excellent when he came on. Everything about Jadon Sancho's performance I thought was really, really good. If we take a look here, he gets a 7.2 rating on SofaScore, played half an hour. Neto didn't really do anything when he was out there on the pitch tonight. And we talk about, and I spoke about this in the video earlier on today, talking about Brian Mbeumo's numbers and how the numbers for Chelsea wingers just aren't good enough. But that moment for Sancho, he's so happy. Like I love it when I see players that are genuinely happy because they've done something good in a Chelsea shirt. And Sancho deserves this, you know, because he's been trying hard. Yes, I think he had a great start to life at Chelsea, and then towards the middle part of the season, he kind of petered off, tailored off a little bit. But this is what is currently box 6 is Maresca, because Maresca has found a way to turn it around. There have been moments this season where I'm like, I feel like he's losing it here. I feel like teams are finding us out. I feel like teams know how to play against us. I feel as though whatever the plan is, we're not executing it anymore. We're not able to because teams are just sitting back. And look, in that second half, right, this is what is so great about this win, is Betis was sitting back. It was a low block and Chelsea score 4 goals. And Enzo Maresca, for the way that we've ended this season, to get into the Champions League after those draws against Ipswich, the draw against Brentford, for us to be there now in the Champions League and lifting our first trophy of this new ownership with this incredibly young team, look at the boxes on this 6 Things We Learned video. This could be the start of something great. And this is the start of something great because now this Chelsea team go to America. I will be there covering it on the ground for you lot. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and smack that like button right now. Because what we have done here in this, let me just pull the scoreline up for you to look at again. Betis 1, Chelsea 4. Real Betis, the 6th best team in Spain. They've beaten Real Madrid. I think they beat Barcelona and got a draw against Atletico, or one of those variants, right? Chelsea tonight, absolutely brilliant. I'm going to say it again. It's a coming-of-age performance. Enzo Maresca makes some errors in the starting 11, sees it at half-time and brings the captain back on. Reece James should always be starting cup finals for Chelsea Football Club. There's no doubt. But I think Maresca learnt that. I think he saw that he made a mistake putting Malo Gusto out there. And he takes him off at half-time. He makes a substitution. He's willing to do it, and he's done it. Tonight, Chelsea fans, enjoy this because the last 4 days have given me so much hope for the future of our football club. And I know I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but now, sign the right players. Get those Champions League, elite level, world-class footballers in there. And I tell you what, there's enough foundation in this squad. There's enough foundation in this team that we can go and challenge for a Premier League. And why not go all out and push it as far as we can in the Champions League? I am so happy with what I've seen tonight. Credit to every single man out there. Credit to everyone. Enzo, Palmer, Jackson, Sancho, Caicedo in particular. Reece James coming on, bossing it. Chalobah, Colwell coming on, bossing it. Unbelievable. Chelsea have won. We've got another trophy and we've officially won it all. I love you guys. Thanks for the support. Come on, you Blues.